Alright, let's continue with the unified model. This model I want you to really pay attention because it's better. It's new. It's not just pick up one part from that person, pick up another part from that person and then combine together. It doesn't work maybe sometimes. Let's say we have 10 people, very handsome. I take ear from one person, nose from another person, put them together. It may not look good, right? So this one is truly unified. Okay, the idea is everything starts with momentum equation, combined momentum equation of slug flow. When we have slug flow, it looks like this, right? Slug flow. So this is like one slug unit, two slug unit. So this is slug flow. So this model starts with slug flow, and everything can be explained by slug flow. For example, if you want this bubble flow is equivalent to slug flow where film length equal to 0. Okay? And bubble flow is equivalent to slug flow where film length equal to 0 and there is some slip inside between gas and liquid phase. If you want stratified flow is equivalent to film length equal to infinity and slug body length is 0. That's stratified flow. What about annular flow? Annular flow is film length equal to infinity, slug body length is 0, but wetted wall angle is 360 degrees. So if you have the wall wet like this, wetted wall angle, if you wet just this much, so it's stratified flow. But if you wet completely, so then it's become annular flow. Okay? So they get annular flow based on wetted wall fraction. Notion flow, okay, notion flow, still notion flow. And you can see previous model, Gomez model, doesn't have Chern flow either. And because we skip Chern flow, that caused a discontinuity that they have to fix numerically later. Okay. So this one, everything starts with slug flow. For slug flow, and I think this is a good idea. Do you think so? Because every flow pattern is connected to slug flow. Look at this. So slug flow or intermittent flow is in the middle, right? It connects with stratified flow, it connects with annular flow, connects with this bubble flow. So it's at the center. So that's why they start with slug flow. So with slug flow, the idea is get every equation related. Okay? Step 1, continuity equation. You see this one? Is it familiar to you? It's the WL equation without minus x. You still remember that? This is the WL equation. Jiesheng, you remember this one? Which page number, Jiesheng? Yao Wei-sheng, Maya, Sveta, everyone. Which page number that you can have that equation? It is in chapter 3. So boring when I ask you this. I should ask you in the exam, right? Make it more excited. Okay. Do you find it? How about 3.122, page 100? See page 100. This one, VL, VLLS, A, rho, H, LLS, VTB. So this without X, right? This is what I'm talking about. Mass balance, right? Mass balance. When you don't have X, you have V, velocity. If you have X, you don't need to have velocity. Both of these are very similar, okay? Almost the same, except one of them has V, another one doesn't have V, but have X over there. right? We talked about that several times already. Okay, now you have mass balance or volume balance if density doesn't change. Okay, you have that for liquid phase and gas phase. Now we will travel in the moving observer. In the moving observer, you have this equation, right? The equation that was in the exam. Siri, you recall these two equations? Yes. The top one, is that for gas or liquid? What about this one? Is that for gas or liquid? Gas. Okay, correct. So this is for moving coordinate system, and we use the relative velocity, right, to do the calculation. So basically, mass across the boundary from the left side and right side, they are the same in the moving observer. So they do mass balance for the moving observer. Okay, because at that time everything is not in transient anymore. It's not intermittent. It's kind of steady state. Everything look stationary for the moving observer. Okay. So we have continuity equation, mass balance, and then we have momentum balance. Momentum balance is this one. Okay. dp dt equal to f. The change of momentum per unit time is force. So that's the idea. When they actually do it, they use m dot, okay, multiplied by velocity in minus m dot multiplied by velocity out plus force from the environment equal to 0, total force equal to 0. Just that for the control volume. And they start, when they calculate force, force has to use real velocity. Okay, when you calculate force, we use real velocity. M dot is the mass that passed through the control volume. The control volume for the moving observer, look at this. So this part is about force, right? So this term is a force from the environment. It's that one, okay? And this also force, right, related to pressure. So this term, they are forces. This one is m dot. Where's m dot? Look at this. This whole thing is m dot, right? If you recall the equation that I just showed you earlier. So whole up multiplied by area multiplied by density multiplied by relative velocity. This m dot, right? M dot multiplied by the actual velocity give you the change, give you the momentum, right? It's like the momentum rate. In minus out, or out minus in or something from on the control volume, put everything together, you have this equation. Okay? When you want to go more in detail, read it and see if it makes sense. You have done this several times already from the starting of the class, so by now you're the expert. Should be, right? So they do the momentum balance for the liquid. Okay? So we still have some time left, so we may go a little bit more in detail. Okay. Now let's take a look. Tau I, we say plus, right? Where's the tau I? Tau I is at the interface. This is a force acted on the liquid part, right? Tau I. So for the liquid, gas drag it kind of forward, right? So I have here positive. For tau F, film wall drag it backward, right? So this is negative, right? Gravity term drag it backward, so you have negative, yeah? So what about at point 1? At point 1, pressure push it forward, so this is positive minus negative, right? Okay. What about m dot? M dot across the control volume, so H multiplied by A, this is a cross-section area occupied by liquid phase, right? Multiplied by relative velocity, this gives you volumetric flow rate across the boundary. Multiplied by density, this gives you mass across the boundary. Multiplied by velocity, so you have momentum rate. In minus out, yes? as Z. Look at this. This is not the same as what we have earlier. What we have earlier, Z go backward, right? But this time in giant unified model, Z go forward. So that is different kind of balance. For Title Bunny, Z moving backward, but in Chang et al, Z moving forward. Yes, that's the difference. So we have momentum balance for liquid phase. Do a little bit of math, rearrange it, we get that. Okay, it's pretty quick, but it's just a little bit of math, you can do it. And if you cannot do it, I will know too, because we will test you on Wednesday. Okay. Do the same thing for gas phase. Okay, this is the same concept as this one. So do the same thing for gas phase. Rearrange it, we get that. Okay, now same trick for combined momentum equation. We try to eliminate that term, right? dPd out. So this minus this, make those two cancel, and rearrange it. We get this equation. Right? That's combined momentum equation. So if you want to do for slug flow, we don't need to do anything. If you want to do stratified flow, set LF go to infinity, and one term will, so LF going to infinity, so this term become 0, right? Okay. So for another flow, LF go to infinity and SC go to 0, that term is gone. Right? Just that the idea. So film, they use the same trick that we used earlier. Okay, F rho absolute V multiplied by V. Core velocity absolute V multiplied by V. In the friction factor, delta V multiplied by absolute of delta V multiplied by delta V. Same trick. Friction factor, everything is the same. And for this bubble flow and bubble flow, this is the slip velocity. Just that. For this bubble flow, we set film go to 0. So we multiply the whole equation with this term, right? Over here, over here, over here, over here. And set LF becomes 0. Then you get this bubble flow. Or that is the same as single phase flow actually, right? Pseudo single phase flow and have the slit. Chang now note that there's still discontinuity because there's a discontinuity in the slip velocity. From bubble flow to this bubble flow, there's still a jump. They need more development to not have the jump in that part. Other than that, you don't really have the jump because everything is continuous function. Okay? In the friction factor is needed. So they have to have closure relationship for Fi, weathered ball fraction, Fe, liquid hold up, transition velocity, translational velocity, slug length. What are those? It's a closure relationship, just a formula. So they use Andrews-Broad and Harenti for Fi. Okay. For another flow, use Ambrosini for this one. Okay, for another flow. So they have the closure relationship. In the facial parameter, Si, they didn't assume that it's like flat. So it's a curve. Then they have formula. Okay? They didn't assume that it's flat. Weathered ball fraction, there's a correlation to calculate weathered ball fraction based on VSL, VSG. Okay? Weathered ball fraction corresponding to the flat interface. Same closure relationship for VTB, slug length. So this time is 32 and 16. If we use high viscosity oil, the equation that we want to modify is weathered ball fraction equation, this equation. And it could be the governing equation itself. Okay? It could be this part itself because this time we can have film on the top. Okay? If it is high viscosity oil, so you may have to go and modify that. And there are some air bubble in the film too. So you will have to modify that. Alright, so this they give us several closure relationship that use with that model. Ullman for modify Ullman for F sub E, okay, and HLLS. This is a formula, okay, for HLLS, but it's just different than what we have seen earlier. It's just a formula for HLLS, and for flow pattern, they categorize it into three groups: intermittent flow. Everything together, elongated bubble, suction flow, separate flow, stratified annular, and bubble flow. As I tell you, they change ratio from 0 to infinity. Ratio equal to 1 means we have transition to stratified or annular flow or something. So slug body length go to 0, then we get stratified flow. It's pretty simple concept, right? We assume we start with slug flow, and if we want to go to stratified flow, we make slug body length equal to 0 or something. Now let's see how good it is. So this is a prediction. Okay, you can see that, yeah, maybe this look nice, right? It can get the slug flow correctly, and this comparison in the downward flow. So if you look at this, it's kind of much better than Bunny model, this dashed line, okay, and this kind of perform better. And basically they claim that based on their data bank, it is better. So look at this line and that line, there are some different, right? You can see. So this Bunny Unify and this is Jump Unify model. So the difference is clear that this one is better, the new one is better. When they compare the pressure drop, it go close to 45 degrees, and they put the line of plus minus 15%, but there are some point that outside, and over here is most of them stay outside. Okay, done. That's it. Oh, well, okay, not done then. It's 119. Okay, let's go back. Which one? This one? Oh, the transition. So, if we set Fu equal to 1, Fu equal to 1, this means there's only fin, but no slug body. Then we get the transition to stratified or annular flow. So stratified and annular flow, they are combined, right? As we have to set it. Once we set RFU equal to 1, then we get that line. If we get set RFU equal to 0, then we get another line. That's why their model have just 2 lines. They have just 2 lines, not 3 lines or more lines. And if you want to separate between stratified flow and annular flow, the difference between stratified flow and annular flow is depend on how much is the wettable fraction. Okay. Oh, you have to solve. You have combined momentum equation. You have mass. You have continuity equation. Then you set the value equal to, okay, like for example this line I equal to 0.01. Then solve it simultaneously. You get that line. Set the value equal to 0.99. 999, then solve it simultaneously, you get another line. It doesn't do automatically until you implement kind of root finding algorithm, then it will do automatically. Okay. Who has not seen the first page of the exam? Oh, 2 of you. The rest, do you see the first page of the exam on the blackboard? Sweta? You didn't see it? Break up? Who see the first page of the exam? Akin? Oh, Danny, you see it, right? So I posted it already. And it's this first page of the exam. Danny, did you see the first page of the exam on the blackboard? Yes, so it's posted. So you can check the first page of the exam and that one. And see you on Wednesday. And the project, you have enough time until 11:30 tonight, I think. Right? Oh, you have to write the report. It's explained very clear. It's explained very clear in the assignment statement. How, and as long as it needs, the report should, when you submit it, it should look a lot better than your homework. Okay? But it's 10% anyway. See you on Wednesday for the exam. This is the end of the course. Goodbye.
How many words?
As much as you think is appropriate. Oh, I just give it to you so that you know what it is.